My wife, Rose, heard voices of people just on the other side of the door. That is, until she opened the door. Welcome to Paranormal Christian. Let's tell stories. I've got a short one for you today, but it's going to be very, very interesting. My wife, Rose, has never believed ghost stories. She doesn't believe anybody's ghost stories. She either believes that they are completely mistaken or generally that it's complete fabrication. She does not believe your alien story. She does not believe your Bigfoot story. She says if Bigfoot were real, they would have him in a zoo somewhere. She does not believe your ghost story. She is a skeptic. But she's an honest skeptic, and she is open at least to think and to consider. Lately, I have shared several stories with you about the semi-famous Arcadia Academy in Arcadia Valley, Missouri. The old Catholic church, Catholic school, Catholic boarding home that has not been in operation for many, many years. It's now privately owned, and they have a restaurant, and they have used it as a bed and breakfast, etc., etc. You've already heard me tell all of this. Recently, my wife was decorating and organizing a wedding at their wedding venue in their chapel and in some of their rooms where the bride can have her room and her bridesmaids get ready and the groomsmen and etc., etc. And then they have the reception hall across the way. My wife was making her way over to the reception hall. It is a separate building. It used to be the gymnasium, and it's got the gymnasium floor and it's got the stage in there. And so she made her way across, and you've got to go down some concrete steps to get to the main level before you open the double doors to enter the building. When you open the double doors, you are in a corridor, and you can go to some restrooms on your right, you can go to a kitchen on your left, or you can go through the second set of double doors to enter the reception hall / gymnasium. This is where my wife was headed. She made her way down the concrete steps, and as she approached the doors, she could hear what sounded like some people having a conversation inside, which was a little strange because she didn't know that anybody else would be using the building, but hey, it could be the owners, it could be anything. She didn't think anything of it. And so she opened the door and she made her way inside, and by the sound of it, realized that there was, in fact, a group of people in the building. And so she was making her way to the second set of the double doors, only about 20 feet ahead, and getting ready to enter the reception hall. As she got closer to those doors, she could hear several conversations going on. She could hear the group of people talking naturally as you would, getting a little bit louder and a little bit louder. And so she's making her way there and wondering, who is this group of people that's in here talking? We're the only ones using the building. She grabbed the handle, and as she opened the door, complete silence. There was no more sound of any chatter, of any talk, of any conversation coming from any direction. As she looked, perhaps the people had stopped talking because someone was walking in. There was no one. There was no one in the building. There was no one around the building. There was nowhere that my wife could figure out that the sound of this conversation was coming from. It instantly reminded me of the story I shared with you a couple of weeks ago about a group of children that I heard. It sounded like they were standing in a circle, holding hands, singing, "Ashes, ashes, we all fall down," until I went out of my basement door and all of it stopped. That's instantly what came up in my memory when my wife told me what had happened. Nobody was more surprised than my wife. She thought, hey, here I am at this eerie place known for being haunted. And so now she has had a strange experience. I asked her what she thought it was. She said, I don't really think ghosts. She said, I don't know what happened. She said, I can't explain it, but it was very strange. Have you ever heard something that wasn't there? Have you ever heard some voices or some singing or some music playing, and then you never could find the source of it? It was something that you checked out and you could not explain away why in the world you heard what you were hearing. This is the kind of stuff that I love to hear and to consider and to discuss. I would love to come up with real solid answers. Maybe they're out there. Maybe you can help me to find them. Would you follow us here on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching now? Would you tag your friends? Would you share it with them and let them know, hey, this guy's telling crazy stories. I don't know if he's making them up, but they're at least fun to listen to. And would you send me your stories? Go to paranormalchristian.com, click contact, fill out the form, and we want to thank you all. Many of you have been sending your stories already. Please give me permission to share them with everybody else. We want to hear those stories, keep them coming, and keep them PC.